Hi, welcome back to Carla Astrology. So today I am going to do a VR to John Michelle from Boho Tarot uh, tag called It Takes a Village. Um, now, my village is very small. I do want to say though, I did not see Don Michelle's video first. I actually seen it on Saturnarium's channel. Um, and then I did go and watch Dawn Michelle's. So both videos are very good, and I will link both of those videos in the description. So if you have not watched them, please do, because mine is not going to be like theirs. I guarantee. I have not quite 40 decks in total, and some of those are Oracle, and the majority of them were gifted to me in the beginning. So, but I am going to speak of the decks that I have worked with. So the first prompt is your guide deck. And I have to say that this Light Seers called to me. It is my soul deck, honestly. It speaks to me on many levels. It is my guide deck because it speaks to me through my ethereal self, my higher self, at any given time. And it's just, this is like, I don't know. It is the best deck that I have so far. Because it speaks to me through pictures, symbolism. It is very easy to read, and I just love the artwork, because it's I don't know. They're beautiful. The colors, everything. But like I said, I use this one for my guides, and it also plays many other roles in this tag. The other deck that I use that speaks to me through my guides is the Wizard Tarot by Barbara Moore. I was actually in a metaphysical shop by my sister in Lansing. I cannot remember the name of the shop. But this one kept calling to me. And if anyone has been to my channel before and seen the video how I found my red dragon, this this tarot deck speaks to me via my red dragon, who I do believe is has my father's energy with it, or maybe he is the red dragon that I feel. Either way, it has everything to do with my father, who I was estranged from for most of my childhood. So, anyway, I edged it myself. But this deck has so much fiery energy. And when I was in that metaphysical shop, and again, if I did not know that it had a dragon on that the backs were a dragon, because it's sealed up. You can't look at the deck, and it's nowhere on the box that that the backs have a dragon on it. So, I was very pleasantly surprised after going through all the decks pretty much all the decks in the metaphysical shop, when I kept coming back to this one when I seen this was on the back. It's like something said, Carla, you can look at all those other decks, but this is the one that I want to speak to you through. And so, feeling that fiery energy coming from it, I decided to use my metallic red. It looks pink, kind of, to edge it. And, of course, I let it bleed to the inside of the card because I feel like it makes the cards even more beautiful. It makes them pop, and it makes it mine. So, this is also my guide deck. And my Muse deck. So let me put that away. And then next is the Caregiver. So again, back to the Lightseers. Lightseers is my Caregiver also, but not just the Lightseers. I feel that from the Psychic Tarot. It's very caring and nurturing and spiritual. So, and the one thing that I truly love about the Psychic Tarot, and this was gifted to me too, is I love how it expands on, you know, what we basically know as wands, wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. So the physical, which would be earth or pentacles, is red. Emotions, which is cups, is green. Mental, which is swords and air, is indigo. And your spirit, which is the wands and fire, is purple. So I just think it's a different take on it. And but it helps you to like associate what the suits actually mean. So it's helped me a lot. So it's also caring. It has the 7 chakra cards in it. So I find it very caring also. And of course, like I said, my Lightseers is caring. And my Smoke, Ash, and Embers is very caring. It's got, it's a subtle, beautiful message. And for those that haven't seen it, the colors are, they're muted, but it's almost kind of like the Spirit Keeper, you know, it's that muted color. It pops a little bit more than the Spirit Keeper, but the message is very given to you in a, I don't want to say sugar-coated, but in a soft voice. And I absolutely love that. So we have the guide, then we have the caregiver. Next we have the muse, which I'm telling you, my wizard tarot is also my muse. Like if I'm stuck and I need inspiration, something that literally puts a fire under my butt is the wizard tarot. And then next we have the counselor. Hello. Here we are again. This is the counselor deck for me too, you know. It is the deck that has many roles for sure. And it's, you know, honestly, I don't know. I don't think it's just because I have a limited amount of decks either. This is the deck that speaks to me, and I can use it for anything really. So, but also as a counselor, I will tell you, like to help me with shadow work, because I feel like that is an essential thing as part of counseling, is recognizing your inner shadow. This is the Wormwood Corrupted Tarot. That's actually, this altar cloth came from the Corrupted Tarot. Not only is this deck beautiful, but it's dark, and it does speak to that shadow side. And I love this deck is just really beautiful. So it does appeal to the side that needs shadow work. So I will pull this one out. and also the Goetia, only because I feel like fallen angels are not evil. I feel like that makes me think of the fourth Hermetic principle, which is polarity. To me, the Goetia definitely speaks to not fearing it, but using it. You know, because each one has a role to play, and I believe that's the same as an angel. With a lower vibratory emotion or frequency, you need to will yourself or, make it work. But when I say polarity, I am directly speaking of like a fallen angel is an angel. So using a demon for fear is also finding courage. Fear becomes courage. So, I mean, I have not really worked with this, but just looking at it and learning what each one stands for has been extremely enlightening. So the deck is extremely interesting, and I think I'll get into that more maybe as I am learning about magic, which that I am doing. So next we have the priestess or the mystic. So that I am going to pull out an oracle deck called the Goddess Power Oracle. And this is very high priestess feeling of all the goddesses. And they're beautiful. They have a, like if the card shows up upright, then it is a empowerment message, and if it shows up upside down, then it is alignment message. So you have your empowerment, like an everyday affirmation, and then something's not right, so you need to realign if it comes up upside down. And the message is extremely powerful, and all the goddesses are beautiful. I mean, they're just, for somebody who is new to goddess energy, this has been almost crucial for me to have. This was the Sophia Code was one of the books that I read, and it was very a wow in your face, like, hello, time to wake up, because that's pretty much what it does. You're activating things in your DNA, and the end result is to have a Kundalini awakening. So this is just a very, very beautiful deck. It's very high priestess feel to me, very spiritual. The other deck that I have that is very spiritual in that manner for me is the Spirit Keeper's Tarot. And the reason I say that is because spiritually, I am somebody that digs. And when I say dig, I dig into scripture that, besides what was in the Bible, stuff that was left out of the Bible or maybe should have been put into the Bible, and also like the stuff that had just come to surface for me, concerning the Sumerian text. So what we know is the Anunnaki. To me, the parallels between the Bible and the Enuma Elish are something that is progressively shaping my spirituality. I'm not just Gnostic Christian anymore. I just consider myself omnist, an omnist, because I feel like nothing is the whole truth, but there is truth in everything. And I find that more with talking to each of you, and especially if we get on the subject of spirituality. So this deck has done its homework. So it goes very deep into history and spiritual matters. And not just that, I mean, she's actually, some of these cards can be used as a talisman or a, like um, for like a spell. You know, she's actually like put spell work in these, and it's just, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's the first deck that I went to study too, which is funny because this is not a deck that I would recommend anybody coming to tarot to study. But it definitely spoke to my spiritual side. I will tell you that. So I also think of it, it's like an elder deck too, because it's like she did her homework. So she, you know, she's speaking to you from uh, places that help shape the world's view, you know, and many different cultures. And it's just amazing to me. So I think of it as an elder. And that is the next prompt in this, is the elder. And the other one is the journey into Egypt, because also this deck here, Julie was finding, she was using real sky astrology with these cards, with this deck. And the artwork is hers. So it's like, I mean, this whole deck speaks to me of like an elder energy. It's like something that, you know, you might think one thing, but especially like the real sky correspondence speaks volumes, because it's real. It's what was in the sky at that time. So it's, you know, we go through every day with a preconceived notion of this is what I've always thought. This was how I was raised. And then you go speak to an elder in the village and they're like, maybe so, but this is how it really was. And then you know, it's like you hang on every story. And she has done that with this. There's a story for each card. And it is an amazing deck. And I definitely put it in the elder category. Next is the teacher. The deck that you study. Again, Spirit Keepers. But I would not suggest starting there. I actually found a really great deck to study with. Oh, you gotta find it. And it's cheap. And it's called Learning Tarot Cards by the Witchy Cauldron. And it has keywords, astrology, zodiac, chakras, and the meaning, upright and reversed. And it is RSW. So, I mean, I feel like that is the, 90% of this community uses the RWS that I have found. I've had it in order plenty of times. But so, and you can write on it because, I mean, hello, look at it. I mean, it's not the prettiest. So this has definitely been great for learning. You know, I've had so many people tell me, just write on your cards. Well, this has already done it for me. You got your yes and no, and your astrological association, and your chakra, and then, like I said, upright and reversed. So it almost covers it all. You know, and of course, as we learn, we put our own spin on it. You know, that's what makes us unique as readers, I think. So, but I would definitely recommend that for a beginner. And I'm very glad that I found it. So, and then I, you know, besides the spirit keeper, I definitely am going to move on to the Golden Dawn. I have not started studying this. So my BFF, you already know, Maria, she's doing that right now. And if you watch our brunch at the round table, she has the Golden Dawn information for each card that we have covered thus far. and it is extremely informative. But before that, I also studied Thoth. And I am I, I will say that I feel like as far as like studying, I feel like how the Fool is portrayed in the decks that I have thus far. Um so like speaking, I can't speak for everybody, obviously. I'm only speaking for myself. I feel like the Fool is pertinent to whether I want to study that deck. And I love the way Aleister Crowley portrays the Fool. And like I feel almost like a messiah type energy, you know. And the Spirit Keepers has 3 Fools. So that is, to me, is extremely it's like, yeah. So you have, 0, the very beginning, and then you have the middle as far as for the Spirit Keepers, and then you have the 22, which is, like the end of that journey. So and then, Aleister Crowley just kind of encompasses it in one card, as the whole journey, as being like a messiah. And I just think that that's brilliant because honestly, JC is the Fool and the Magician to me. That's who he is, and that's who I think of when those cards come up, is that type of archetype. So that covers the Teacher. The last one is the Outsider, and this is a very, very quirky deck. It's the UFO Tarot, and this is actually in Russian. My daughter got it for me, so that alone makes it very special to me. I'm not really working with it, but I love aliens, and these aren't really just little gray beings that visited me. These are like kind of typical, but there's different ideas of maybe what an alien could be. And I think it's, like I said, I'm not really working with it, and it could be the language barrier. But some of the pictures are kind of vague and don't speak to me. But that is because I think I'm not a very seasoned reader right now. So I don't recognize the cards when they pop up, even though I'm getting better at remembering remembering what each card means. These still don't speak to me in that manner yet. So I feel like maybe a little bit more seasoning and, they will. But it's still very special to me just for that reason alone, that my daughter got it for me, because she knows what I'm interested in. And tarot, yep. Aliens, yep. Check, check. And then the other one is the Goetia. But that is because it's not something, it's not like I'm going to go give a reading and go, oh, hold on, I think this is what you need. No, I think that this is going to be more of a personal journey for me, as far as like, speaking to me of, did I put the wrong card in here? No, because it's just a lost group. So, but this is just for my own journey into this type of work, because I'm reading a lot of stuff about magic and demons right now, just because I feel like it is the beginning point, and I feel like knowing your shadow and what's in the dark helps to take away fear. And I think fear is what keeps us from progressing or going to certain areas of whatever it is we're seeking. It limits us, and I don't want any limit on my spirituality. And I am finding that tarot is magnificent in aiding me in my spiritual journey. I'm trying to think if I have missed any of the decks that I was thinking of when I wanted to first put this together. um, no, I don't think so. But I'm still waiting on my comedian. I think that every village has a comedian, but I haven't really found my comedian. The closest thing to that would be the supernatural. And it's, I don't know, it's more of like an everyday, I guess maybe the housewife. I think that's what it's called, the housewife tarot. I do not have it, but Maria has it. That one I would love to have in my collection just for that alone, because I think it speaks to our, you know, the practical, like, this is everyday stuff and I can relate to it, you know. Because sometimes you just need a break from all that esoteric symbolic stuff. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and maybe it spoke to you a little bit of, you know, who I am, because honestly, it's a small village. And that's what I got to work with in that small village. But I'm telling you, this deck right here has been helped me with most of it. So I love you, and I know that I always ramble on, so I'm sorry. I'll try not to do that too much now. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video, and I love you.